Good morning and welcome to this edition of the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. We are packed today. Did you know there's a connection between Pittsburgh and that new movie, The Banker? We'll tell you what that is. We're celebrating the Shine Awards. So Joner House is having a high tea, if you will, but we begin with a birthday bash. It's actually at Carnegie Library in Homewood. Here to talk about it, three ladies, three perspectives. Lorena Amos Brock, Benita Lee Penn, Lois McClendon. Welcome, ladies. They're actually here on behalf of the United Black Book Clubs. It all fits together. Let's first, however, start talking about the birthday bash.
Okay, we are here to celebrate the 110th birthday of the Homewood Library.
That's awesome.
And it is going to happen next Friday, the 20th, between 6 and 9 p.m. at the Homewood Library branch. And we're going to have great music by the Jazz STEM Tech.
Okay.
We're also going to have great poetry by the Subversive Social Collective, who is a group of Black women poets.
Oh,
and that's going to be really great. And we're going to have lots of raffle baskets. All of them will have like a literary theme, so that'll be good. And my favorite part of any party is the food. So we're going to have lots of food, we're going to have lots of music, and we want everybody to come out to celebrate this at this historic library that everybody should come.
I was going to say, and just real quick, because the Homewood Library is more than just a library. It's an essential part of not just the Homewood community, but of the community.
Right. Yes, it is.
Right.
Yes,
Indeed,
it is.
indeed. So let me see. Everybody here has like a certain thing that they're going to talk about, right? Okay.
So I'll just come into talking about the history of Homewood Library. Homewood Library was the last library that was built in Pittsburgh until 1964. And what happened, there was, at first, Homewood itself was like a train station, and it was flat. And Carnegie moved there and tried to, which he did. He convinced his friends Frick and Hines to come live in Homewood. At that time, it was just wilderness.
No kidding.
So, you know, they built these great big mansions and estates with land. And then, eventually, they moved off to New York or Sewickley. And the reason they moved into Homewood was to get away from that smoke.
Okay.
So then, when they moved away, also the trolley began to operate. And that gave workers and business people an opportunity to have transportation. Before, people used to work where they, or live where they worked.
Okay.
Because of the transportation. But the trolley, you know, helped them get back and forth, especially to town in the north side. So this trade committee enticed people to come to Homewood, and they began to develop Homewood with homes and festivals and so forth, right?
Wow.
So then what happened was they decided that they needed to have this library. So our Mr. Carnegie only wanted to give a little bit of money. And they said, no. We need a fabulous library. And it took them 4 years to convince him to come up with the money.
To give out the money.
Right.
Wow.
So if anybody ever comes to Homewood Library, they will see that beautiful wood. It is the most beautiful library there. So they went all out. And Homewood Library is the first library that started a teens section with a teens council. And they also had African-American poetry, an historian, and
that's why it's still such a critical part of the community today. And that's one of the reasons why the United Black Book Clubs is it's just one of the organizations that flourishes there.
And we've been around actually since 1991. We started with people like Rena and other people who had book clubs, who brought in authors and had various activities. But in 2004, we became the United Black Book Clubs of Pittsburgh, and we promote literacy. We talk about the celebration of reading, riding the wind with literacy, and we've brought in authors, and we
African American reading.
yeah, we did the reading. We added reading books together. We have a big celebration of reading that comes up in May with children's activities. It's for the whole community.
March, the women gather.
Right. So we have a lot of things that we do, but we're coming together for literary moments and for the love of reading and the love of literacy. And we want to encourage everybody to read, from children to adults. You read to your children. You go to the library, you know, Homewood Library, where we meet and where we do most of our activities out of. It's sort of like is a hub there, and we want people to come out to enjoy all of the events that we put on, like the birthday bash, like the celebration of reading.
And I was going to say, when you love to read, you pass that on from one generation to the next. I mean, when you get that excitement about reading and you pass it along to your kids and to your grandkids, it just keeps it going.
And that's what the read-in is, the African American read-in. It happens the first Saturday of February for Black History Month. And everybody comes, and it's like, you know, just like a sit-in, a read-in.
A read-in.
And you just read whatever you want.
Indeed.
It has to be.
So let's sum it up. So the birthday bash again, though, what's the date? It's the 20th?
The 20th.
of March.
That's on a Friday. It starts at 6 p.m.
Do we need tickets?
Tickets are $20 before March 20th. At the door, they're $25.
Okay.
And they can go to
Our website.
our website, our email.
And it's all up there. It was all
Or
up there.
any of us are selling tickets.
There you go.
It's
And the
on
community
Eventbrite.
needs to support this birthday. 110 years.
It's your library. You need to support
I was
it.
going to say, yeah, we don't have that
Yeah.
many institutions in our community.
That's
That's
right.
110
That's right.
years old.
That's
Happy
right.
birthday, ladies. Thanks so much
Yes,
for doing
thank
that.
you for having
Yeah,
us.
we didn't even get to talk about the jazz in the auditorium. You all just have to come back.
300.
You just have to come back.
Yeah,
All right.
okay, thank
All right,
you.
don't get up yet. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, the Shine Awards. We got a lot to do today, so stick around when the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show continues.